Welcome to day 4 of Aaron Rodgers Watch. What is going on? I don't think we need this anymore. What is going on? I am Matt O'Leary back for another day. Another day. Isn't this so much fun? Isn't this the best? Welcome back. What's going on? Matt O'Leary hanging out with you. It should be a absolute blast. Oh, I can't believe we're here again. I thought it'd be done by now. I'm not at the nervous part yet, but I definitely would say that it's not where I thought we would be at this point. I thought by now we'd be celebrating, we'd be ringing in the new time with our new quarterback. But here we are. Rodgers Watch continues. Thank you for hanging out with us. And we have some stuff to get into. We're going to go into the chat. We'll hang like we've been doing the last few days for a couple hours and just go through any news or anything that goes on. And again, we'll get into it. Super chats jump the line. If you want to become a member of the channel, you could do so by hitting the join button down below. Other than that, we're just going to hang tight and hope something happens. But something interesting has been Sauce Gardner on the recruiting trail. Last night, if you didn't see, it was Sauce Gardner, Breece Hall, and Garrett Wilson, all three rooks, or now second-year guys, going into their second year and trying to recruit none other than Aaron Rodgers. It was a cool YouTube video. He is now one of us. Sauce Gardner is a Jets YouTuber now, and he is trying to recruit their guy, as it should be. But it's not just Aaron Rodgers. As of, an hour ago? Add Odell Beckham Jr. to the list. Sauce Gardner and Odell Beckham Jr. were on FaceTime together. Odell had a workout today, and the Jets were one of the teams that were there. So, do you want the New York Jets to go out and try to sign Odell Beckham Jr.? That's something that we're going to talk through, and I might have an unpopular opinion on it. That's going to be my guess. I don't love that idea. The last thing the Jets need is another guy with injuries. He's had multiple knee surgeries now in his career. The off the field stuff, I think, sometimes gets overblown. It's not even about like the distraction part. That's like maybe a sliver of it. But I don't know if that's the receiver that the Jets really need. I mean, let's pull it up. He didn't play at all last year. In 2021, he played for Cleveland and the Rams. 5 touchdowns with Cleveland in 8 games. That was, or with the Rams rather, in 8 games. That was nice. Finished the year with 537 yards and 5 touchdowns. 2020, 319 yards, 3 touchdowns. 2019 was the last time he went over 1,000 yards. Now over 30, I believe, right? He's over 30. Yeah, he's going to turn 31 in November. And really, when you look at his size, 5'11", 198, he's a slot receiver. Odell Beckham Jr.'s best strength is in the slot, which isn't that what we want Elijah to do? You're bringing in something that I think, anyway, is what the kind of role that I would foresee for Elijah Moore, who is younger, and you put a second-round investment in. I don't know if that's what the Jets need in free agency. It's not. I think they need someone who, one, could block, which that's not an Odell strong suit either. And I'm not saying that's, the big thing there. But they need a bigger receiver. Like, honestly, depending on the price, Adam Thielen was released earlier today. And he at least fits the bill a little bit more as a 6'2", 200-pound receiver. Now, he is starting to be on the decline. Similar age, he's 32. He had 716 yards, 6 touchdowns, 710. But as a number 2 or a number 3 option, I might prefer going that route. Isn't Odell asking for like close to $15 million a year? And I don't think I would want to go that high for Adam Thielen necessarily either. But I don't know about this Odell one, guys. What do you think? We'll go through the comments on this. We'll go through, but I don't I don't know. I don't love that idea. Am I gonna cry over it? No, I'm not gonna sit here and pound the table and pout and be like, "This is awful. This is the worst thing to ever happen." That's not where I'm gonna be. That's not gonna be my reaction, but I don't think that's my preferred idea for the New York Jets. And we'll see what you guys in the chat are saying. Well, we have a super chat from Shadow Flare Gaming. We'll make sure to get to him. Is Stafford any option if A-Rod doesn't work out? I think they're bringing him back. I do not see him as a realistic option. The Rams sent out like a tweet yesterday, basically talking him up. We'll pull that up. Um, I would imagine he's going to be on the roster. Plus, they would have to wait until after June 1 to make that deal because he would have a massive cap hit if they didn't, or they would have a massive dead cap hit if they didn't. Yeah, this is what they tweeted out yesterday amongst the rumors. They tweeted out from the Rams this quote: "We're going to rely on Matthew. He's definitely one of our pillars." That was what their GM said yesterday. Now, obviously, things in the NFL can change, so don't take it as the gospel. But I would be surprised if he became an option. Stephen T says no to OBJ. Jets Paulie seems a little bit more intrigued. Imagine having to guard Garrett Wilson and OBJ. Prestige Shogun says, I wasn't the biggest fan of OBJ as a person wise, but if Sauce is recruiting him, screw it, get any weapon we can. I get it. And again, I'm not going to be like massively upset over it. I just don't know if that's my preferred wide receiver route. I would prefer a more complementary piece where I think he's kind of going to be in a similar role to what Elijah would do in this offense. Dan says no OBJ. Igor says Adam Thielen, yes. OBJ, hell no. JJ says we need a big wide receiver badly. I'm kind of with you. Yeah, Astral's kind of on the same spot. They need a bigger deep threat. Agree. Yeah, Hennessy says I'd rather give that money to Hopkins. Hard agree. Yeah, if they're going to make similar money, Hopkins definitely has the higher ceiling there. Well, 1000%. And plus, he's not a huge receiver, but he's 6'1", 212. He's not really your slot guy. And he could play on the outside. So I'm with you, Hennessy. I would rather give it to Hopkins than Odell. Edward says, I would take Odell, but only on a skinny deal that's team friendly towards the cap. You just can't deny when he's healthy, he's a fantastic player. True. You can't. I don't think it's going to be team friendly, though. I think it's going to be a couple-year deal, which that scares me. I'm only really comfortable giving him a 1-year deal after the coming off an injury. And White Cursor says, I'm okay with not getting OBJ. I am not okay with losing more. Yeah, maybe like the only way I could see that is if Elijah Moore was in the trade package for Rodgers, but I don't think that's going to be the case. If they did that, then we would have a different conversation. I don't think it's very likely, but it would be a different conversation. And that's not what I would want to happen. Dan asks, could Mims emerge as our big body guy moving forward? I think it's possible. He just hasn't shown a lot over the last 2 years, so I think you need more there. Addition there, which is why I've been advocating for guys like Allen Lazard, who I think would be a good fit for his blocking abilities, his size. I don't think another smaller, speedy receiver is what they need. Chris says we cutting Davis. I think that's almost all but locked in. I would be extremely surprised if they brought him back. It frees up $10.5 million. To me, that's a no brainer. I think you move on from Corey Davis if that's the case. Ragnajet says Makai is different this time. I hope you are correct. I hope you're right. Let's go to I don't know if you guys saw my Twitter exchange with Makai. It made me laugh. So please hold. We're scrolling it back. So Makai tweeted his daily workout picture. I'm going to minimize your comments so we can pull it up. And I quote tweeted and said, Makai going to get down to his birth weight soon. God damn. He looks good. I'm rooting for him. I want him to stay healthy. For me, it's not about the shape that he's in. Even last year when he showed up to Jets camp, I thought like he looked like he's in good shape. This is phenomenal. Good for him. Rooting for him. If you get anything out of him this year, that's a major, major win in my book. An absolute major win in my book if that's the case. Brian Bogan says, "What's Plaxico Burris up to?" Ugh, pass. All right, let's pull up this another tweet from Aaron Rodgers. From Adam Schefter. It's not Aaron Rodgers related. I'm mixing up. That's what I was trying to say, but it has to do with the Miami Dolphins, which is good. The Dolphins are picking up Tua's fifth-year option and guaranteeing his $23.4 million salary for 2024 is the biggest ultimate sign that they don't have any plans to sign any high-profile quarterbacks this offseason. Tua is their man. There you go. That is some pretty big news. So in case you were remotely close to being worried about the Miami Dolphins landing Aaron Rodgers, that is not going to be on the table as they picked up Tua's fifth-year option. So good call out. I think I saw that in the chat a couple of times. I was tagged on it in Twitter, on Twitter as well. So good stuff. Gitmo Bob's hanging out with us. What's up, Gitmo? He says, here we are again, Matt. Happy to join in. Yeah, we're going to this is what we're doing, man. This is it. UK Jets fan says 366 in, 7 likes. Hit the like button. Yeah, come on, hit that like button. Give it a like. Why not? Red John says Galladay for cheap? ? I don't know. He was pretty bad. He was now that fits the bill at 6'4", 213, but he stunk over the last 2 years. He was hurt in 2020. He had 2 really nice years in 2018 and 2019, but hasn't ever been the same since. So I'm going to say no. I'm going to pass. Couple super chats to get to. William Sprague, what's going on, man? My blood pressure at the doctor today was 200 over 120. That's not good, William. We got to get that blood pressure down. I don't even want to know what mine is. I have no idea. I don't want to know what it is right now. I've been freaking out. Literally anyone who talks to me on a regular basis, family member, friend, whatever, the amount of texts or calls or messages I've gotten, like, did it happen yet? Are they getting Rodgers? How you doing? Blah, 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 blah. It is insane. I'm sure, as a Jet fan, you guys are going through the same thing. Again, we're all in it. We're all in it together, but it's been about 3 days of stress. Or no, this is day 4. Excuse me, 4 days of stress. Sky C, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, hey, Matt, first time on your show. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining us. All this restructuring contracts by JD, could it be a sign we might go for Lamar if we can't get AR by freeing up the money? Maybe it could be. I think ultimately their plan A is Aaron Rodgers. They made that abundantly clear. They were in on Derek Carr, but that wasn't their plan A. Their plan A was going for Aaron Rodgers. If for whatever reason it fails, he retires, whatever, then I think Lamar is the next best option available. I don't want to sign Jimmy G. He is too injury prone. Ryan Tannehill doesn't move the needle, and supposedly he is going back to Tennessee. And then beyond that, it's Baker Mayfield, Mike White. Like, what is the alternative there? There's not really a good alternative. Jacoby Brissett, I guess, which is like, I like him as a backup spot starter. Same deal with Mike White. I like him as a backup or spot starter. But if for whatever reason you miss on Rodgers, I think you have to pivot and go for Lamar. And I know that, Lamar is one of the more polarizing players in the NFL. You have people who absolutely love the guy, and then you have people who think he is the most overrated player in the league. I am a little bit worried about Lamar with the 2 injuries the last 2 years. He's missed 5 games in each of the last 2 years. But with his age and the price tag, I think it would be worth the swing. Again, not my preferred plan over Aaron Rodgers, but as a pivot point, you might have to do it. You might have to do it. So thank you again, Sky C. And yeah, I think maybe that could be in play. Famous Jay says, I rather go after Cortland Sutton. Yeah, I would be interested in Cortland Sutton, to be honest with you. We could pull up his numbers. And I don't think he would be crazy costly. He had 829 yards and 2 touchdowns last year. Keep in mind that offense did not pass for very many touchdowns. So I don't really look at the number of touchdowns that he had and see that as a potential red flag. He's still young. He's 27. He'll be 28 in October. Let's pull it up. He had 1,100 yards in 2019. Missed time in 2020, but the last 2 years has played and put up, 776 yards, 829. I think he would be exactly what they need, and he knows Nathaniel Hackett. They just work together, so I think it could be a fit. Explosive Diarrhea says, Rap report an hour ago said Rodgers still hasn't made a decision. Is that true? No way we do all of this if he hasn't made a decision, right? No, literally, we are just waiting on Rodgers' decision. That's it. The train is pretty much in place. They have said that the Jets and the Packers, the terms are good, a restructure is good. They are waiting for Aaron Rodgers to decide if he wants to play or not. That's it. And it's incredibly frustrating that that's the case, but I don't know. What do you do? What do we do here? They don't really have another choice. I believe he rescinded his trade request. They ironed things out in the season. I mean, he was playing again this year and he looked happy. So I don't think Elijah Moore is going to get traded. Robert, I agree with this. I'm not usually a conspiracy guy, but I do think the owners are like, we can't give Lamar the guaranteed money because uh then it sets the precedent that we have to do it for everyone. We know that the Browns made an awful mistake with Deshaun Watson and pretty much screwed over the rest of the league. Now, this isn't me kissing up to the owners. I don't think it's necessarily the right thing to do, but I just think that's what's happening, and that's the reality right now, unfortunately. I don't think they want to give out big time guaranteed monies to these guys. And then if they did it for Lamar, then Burrow's going to get it, and Herbert's going to get it, and all these guys who need extensions are going to get it. It's I don't know. It's a very weird situation that they're in, and I think he ends up going back to Baltimore. Sauce on Twitch said, if Rodgers comes, it's a package deal. Do you think OBJ is a part of that package deal? I mean, potentially. We pulled it up. He was on FaceTime with him being Sauce Gardner, was on FaceTime there. And I think you would get veterans around the league be interested in going to the New York Jets. And that's part of the reason why, they are trying to clear up some cap space right now. They cut Braxton yesterday. They've, restructured CJ Uzama. And I would imagine that that's not going to be the end. They're going to cut more people. They're going to restructure more guys. CJ Mosley is a restructure candidate. Carl Lawson is a restructure candidate too, I believe. Um, okay, here we go. So Rich Samini, let's pull this up. Someone else in the chat said this, but Rich Samini says, "'Tis restructuring week in the NFL. The Jets are reaching out to agents. CJ Mosley, John Franklin Myers, and DJ Reed are candidates as the team attempts to clear cap space for free agency and potential Rodgers ad." Yep, there we go. So they're going to start that process. Those guys all make sense, and you could even throw in. There's another restructure candidate too, isn't it? Oh, no, 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 not restructure. Excuse me, cut candidate. Maybe not now, but Jordan Whitehead at some point, I think, could be a cut candidate. JJ says Sutton is solid but is slow, creates no separation. Yeah, that's a fair criticism of his game. I don't necessarily think you need him to do much else. He is your red zone threat. He is your deep threat. You throw the ball up to him and let him go up and get it. Where guys like Garrett Wilson and Elijah Moore are great at creating separation. So there'll be mismatches. I just think stylistically, um, that's the move. Kev Chada says Darius Slayton. I don't know about Slayton. I don't love Darius. He's 6'1", 190. He had this was probably his best year. And I actually take that back. 2019, his rookie year, was probably his best year. 724, 2 touchdowns. Yeah. Okay, I take it back. Darius Slayton is relatively intriguing, especially he's younger and if cheaper. Not my absolute favorite option in free agency, but worth potentially a flyer on. Stern says if we go Rodgers, who are some big name free agents that you would bring in? I think it makes sense to go all in and push out cap charges to 24 and 25. So I want us to be active in free agency. Yeah. A couple of different guys I think could make sense. If you want to go the veteran market on a center, you could absolutely do that. Ben Jones was released today by the Tennessee Titans. Maybe Corey Linsley becomes available, and that could be a move, a veteran that's Rodgers worked with. Randall Cobb for depth is one that just makes a ton of sense. It's Aaron Rodgers, one of Aaron Rodgers' closest friends. He can fill up that Braxton Berrios role as a backup slot for significantly cheaper. Um, Bobby Wagner, sneaky, still has something left in the tank, and has worked with Robert Saleh, maybe Jimmy Ward, Saleh, 49ers connection. There are options. Like I said, I'm not the biggest OBJ fan because especially because of the fit. But yeah, I think they're gonna go big game hunting here. John says I'm going to turn into a pumpkin if this doesn't get done soon. I know. I don't know. I don't know what else we could possibly do here. We're refreshing and that's about it. That's it. Brian Bogan says sign Thielen, then offer the Vikings a 2024 sixth and Thielen for Justin Jefferson. JD would make it happen somehow. The trade wizard, right? I was really impressed with his trade yesterday for Chuck Clark. I really do. I think he was a solid ad for virtually nothing. A 2024 seventh, not losing sleep over losing a 2024 seventh. I think that's a very wise and shrewd move to land an upgrade. Let's be honest, an upgrade at the position, a significant upgrade at the position. At that, he's a great tackler. His tackling skills, I think, are his biggest strength. I'm gonna have to. If anyone has the ESPN app, I'm gonna have a gripe with ESPN because they sent out a push notification, and the first three words are breaking down players, but the first thing I saw was breaking, and my heart stopped. That's partially my fault too, but yeah. Ethan, the Jet fan, says the Packers just restructured Bakhtiari. Interesting, did they? Let's see. Yeah, they did. Here we go. The Packers have restructured left tackle David Bakhtiari's contract per sources, converting $9.5 million into a March roster bonus and $5.5 million of his 2023 base salary into guaranteed bonus. This will lessen his $28.8 million cap hit for Green Bay to maneuver. There we go. I love this one. Jets shambles. Rodgers back to Green Bay. Okay. Fantastic. What else we got in here? I know there's a super chat that we can get to. Brian Kelly, thank you so much for the super chat. It is much appreciated. I don't see a comment attached to it, but if you got something to say and I see it, I will pop it up on the screen. I do like this one. What comes first, Rodgers to the Jets or Barzell back from injury? I think Rodgers, but man, getting Barzell back would be nice. Huge comeback win for my Isles last night. Edward says should have signed Carr. The A-Rod diva crap sucks. I mean, I guess I made my stance pretty clear on this. I'm not anti-Carr. I understand why they're all in on Rodgers. Carr would have been my second choice. I think if it could have happened where You could have went all in for Rodgers and you said no, and the car was still available, and you pivot the car. Great, that would have been my preferred option. But I understand why you're going for Aaron Rodgers. I think it makes a ton of sense with this window that the Jets have, and I think it happens. I think there's a really good chance that it comes through and that it happens soon. Checking on. I should add Jeremy Fowler to my push notifications list. I think because I missed that one. We got notifications on for very many guys. Famous J, DJ Shark is an option, underrated player. I like him when he's healthy. He's another one who's banged up too much, but he's young. Nice deep threat, that's for sure. I like that a lot. Sorry, MJ Dunn says I just ran back into the room when I heard the ESPN notification go off. Yeah, that was evil. I did not like that one bit. Oh, here we go. Dan NY, we're doing a little safety talk on here. I'm good with that. Gardner Johnson, Jimmy Ward, Jesse Bates, or Brian Branch. I would go Jesse Bates 1, Gardner Johnson 2 are my preferred options. I like all these guys and would be happy with any of these, but Bates or Gardner Johnson, they could take away the football and they are a perfect free safety role. Those two guys would be my preference. And Brian Branch, I think is correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's more of a strong safety than a free safety, right? Caden Smith, what up, Matt? I need the situation over so I can sleep peacefully. I think I speak for all Jet fans when saying this. Abso-freaking-lutely. You absolutely do. V-Man sent me a picture. I don't know what it is in reference to. I am a little bit behind on the chat, so I will try to catch it up. And we could see. Let's trade Zach and Conklin for Kyle Pitts. There we go. Have you ever had guests on your live stream? It would be fun. Yeah, yesterday we had Ryan and Greenbean and Tigo on. It was a good time. Dave the Dude says Gardner Johnson and Clark cut Whitehead. Yeah, I think that's probably the move. I would cut Jordan Whitehead too if you're getting one of those guys. Okay, here we go. From our friend V-Man, he sends in a super chat. Okay, now I understand the context of the picture that was sent via V-Man. If this takes any longer, I'm going to go crazy like Sid Barrett of Pink Floyd and shave my hair. That's what he says. And we can pull up the picture. That is, I would say, not a good look. To be honest with you, not my favorite look, but I understand it. I'm stress eating over here. I don't like it. I need to be on my Mekhi Becton game and go to the gym and like work off all this stress, but I'm afraid to leave. Okay, now I got a Twitter notification from the NFL Vikings to release Adam Thielen. Thank you. That was about 6 hours ago. That was a necessary notification. I appreciate that. Oh, Devin McCourty just retired from Adam Schefter. There we go. Devin McCourty retired. What a career! Hell of a career. Good on you, Devin. He announced his own retirement. But to Caden's comment, who do you like more, Overshown or Jack Campbell? I heard the Jets were at the Texas Pro Day. I like both those guys. Jack Campbell, though, is just an absolute tackling machine, and his RAS score is something to gush over, to be honest with you. Let's see if we can pull this up. Oh, yeah, here we go. Pop that up. Bang. Let's minimize your comment here, Caden, so we can see the whole thing. Jack Campbell, 998 RAS score, elite height, weight, good vertical and broad jump. 40-yard dash was still solid, great. 20-yard split, good, and then elite agility. That's it. That's my guy. If you're able to grab him, I think you do it. I like Campbell a lot. I am a big fan of DeMar being Overshown because I think he could cover. The Jets need. I mean, we know it. The Jets need a linebacker who can cover, and he fits that bill. for sure. I kind of did. A burger with a side of Jeremy Curly fries is a phenomenal name, by the way. Didn't it feel like Sauce, Garrett Wilson, and Brees burning the cheese together was like the opening of a new era? Kind of. It definitely felt that way. Now we're getting all the push notifications about the McCourty retiring. I don't care about Devin McCourty retiring. I mean, I guess I do, but it's not really the most pressing issue right now. We got another super chat. Let's scroll on down to Julian. Thank you so much for checking in with us here, Julian. If you don't sign Rodgers by Monday, do you think we still sign players or keep waiting for Rodgers? I would think you got to start building the rest of your roster. The issue is, how do you get guys to sign if you don't know who the hell is quarterback in your team? It would be fantastic to be like, hey, we're selling you on Aaron Rodgers. We just came to an agreement with him on Friday at 3:04 p.m. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And that's our pitch. But how the hell are you going to get somebody in here if we have no idea what the quarterback situation is? I would think yes, but it's going to be incredibly, incredibly, incredibly difficult. Incredibly difficult to get that done. But you're not left with much other choice. If I get another notification for a retweet on the retirement, I'm going to lose my mind. Illuminati says, I am running out of alcohol waiting. Yeah, it's Friday night, which usually me and my girlfriend do wine and pizza night on Friday. So I will be scrolling on my phone, drinking some wine, waiting. And then hopefully we can pop the champagne tonight and pop back on the stream. Brian, with a fun fact, Zach Wilson has 2 career solo tackles. Both were on Devin McCourty. My guess is he loved playing catch with his biological father. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah. 2 tackles, both on Devin McCourty. Not good. That ain't good. Uh-oh. The dog is laying on the bed over there and she's stirring. So I might have to get up and open the door if she wants to leave, but she's doing a good job of just hanging. Any centers in free agency, or is it draft or bust? No, not necessarily draft or bust. I have a few. I'm not going to give all of it away because I'm working on a free agency preview, which usually what I like to do, if you guys have been with the channel for a while, I'll kind of do it by position. But with the quarterback conversation, really haven't had the opportunity to. But a guy that I brought up already on the show and someone who I think would be a good stopgap fit would be Ben Jones, who was with the Tennessee Titans. He was just released earlier today and obviously has a connection with the new Jets. Uh, Todd Downing, the pass game coordinator and offensive line coach. So there we go. Pat Dunn, what's going on, man? Hope it's wine and pizza, not wine and pizza. Oh God, yep, I'm 100% there with you, Pat. Make sure to check out the Jets cast as well. Phenomenal stuff they do over on YouTube and Twitter. Appreciate you, Pat. Thank you for the support and for checking in with us. Well, hopefully it's a good celebration. Yep, there we go. We just mentioned it, but Josh says the Titan center is good and was released today as a cap casualty. He's a little bit older. He's 34, but I think, for a year or two, as you maybe draft someone in the later rounds to develop, would be pretty cool. Are there? I'm very curious if there is a player in the NFL other than Zach Wilson, Ashton Davis, or Jalen Hyatt, and Jalen Hyatt's not even in the NFL yet, that Jets forever likes. Denzel? Maybe I had Denzel to the list, but Ben Jones is not up to par. Connor McGovern is not up to par. Jack Campbell is not up to par. The list goes on and on. Tamarik's Treehouse says bring McGovern back. That's on the table. I think he's going to get more money. I think he's going to get a raise, which he was making. He had a $9 million cap hit, or the AAV was $9 million. I don't know if you want to go too much higher than that for our guy Connor McGovern. Phil Adams says Barrios gone, Robinson gone. JD confident that Brees is back early, doors open. Or Bam at RB3, but who is punt returner? I think Bam is going to be the punt returner, or you'd find someone in the draft like late, maybe in like the 5th round, who is either a running back or wide receiver whose specialty is as a special teamer, and you put them back there as a returner. But Bam Knight did it in college; he can do it. I think he is absolutely a candidate to take over for Braxton. Robinson gone, not super surprising. He really did not have much of an impact outside the Buffalo game. Yeah, you tried. It was a 6th round pick that you got for Blake Cashman. You turned Blake Cashman into James Robinson, so you gave it a shot. James Alba, thank you so much for the super chat. Dalton Reisner has played tackle, guard, and center coming from Denver, Hackett connection, and Nate Davis from Tennessee, Carter connection, would be great young additions to the O-line that won't break the bank. Okay, so Dalton Reisner is an interesting one. It feels like he's been around forever, but I guess it really hasn't been, I guess. He's 27 years old. Okay, so he's a little bit younger than I thought. If I just feels like, when was he drafted? I don't, for some reason that name is just sticking out to me for some reason. 20 going into 2019. Okay. Yeah, he's played mostly left guard in the NFL. He's played pretty much exclusively left guard in the NFL, but he does have versatility. A 2nd round selection in 2019 by the Denver Broncos. And he does have that connection. And you're right. I don't think it's going to cost you a ton. That's not a bad idea, James. Good call out there. And Nate Davis is an interesting one from Tennessee. Obviously, as you mentioned, you're calling out the Carter connection. Davis is 26. He was also a 2019 draft pick by Tennessee in the 3rd round. Struggled his first year and has gotten progressively better year over year. He's played right guard. And yeah, he's not good. I don't think he would cost you very much either. So good call out there for depth options. Tigo, what's up, man? Where the hell is this Roger news? Damn it. I don't know. I wish we had an answer here, but we're going to be we might be back for day 5 tomorrow. I am not very optimistic. Elijah Moore returning punts. He did do that in college. So maybe he does. I don't love having someone who is like a very much so a regular part of your offense do it. Like, for instance, when Antonio Brown returned punts or when Odell Beckham Jr. returned punts for the Giants, that always that scared me a little bit. Guys like Leon or Brad Smith, who are depth players, I think is your best option to do it. I don't like guys who are going to be regular parts of your offense. Okay, I take it back. Jets Forever gave us a relatively good take. Steve Avila in round 2, Weipler in round 3. That's the best available option. I take it back. Jets Forever. You gave me a good take. Bit of a random question, but Becton will be a free RFA in 2024, right? He only has 1 accrued season right now, so we can probably keep him pretty easily in 2024 if he plays well in 23. And now you still got to decide on the 5th year option after this year. I think I would have to dig into the rules a little bit more to see if he would be an RFA or a UFA. That's a great question. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But theoretically, yes, it could be easy to keep him depending on the year that he has. That's a good question, Stearns. I don't know off the top of my head. The longer this drags on, I jump back onto the Matt Ryan to the Jets hype train as QB1. That was me vomiting. Ugh. No, absolutely not. Matt Ryan is cooked. Stick a fork in him. He's done. He can retire. He had a great career. It did not work out in Indianapolis. He stunk last year. It was not very good. Turned the ball over a ton. I'm out. If this was 2018, sure, different story. But he's been on the decline the last 2 years. Last year was really rough. Dom C, what's up, man? He goes, if he's not tendered, he becomes a UFA. Thank you, Dom C. I appreciate that. Are we going to tender Huff? Yeah, I would imagine so. You can't let Bryce Huff leave. He was too important to this team last year to let walk. He's someone you bring back, and he deserves a much bigger role. Jalen Carter? I don't know about Jalen Carter. And then Hawk goes Jalen Carter is a murderer. Probably. Oh God. Um. Yeah. I. He might fall in the draft, but you got to see how this plays out. I think he does fall in the draft. I would say no. I don't think I want to go IDL that early. Brian says, worst comes to worst, we give Brady and his kitten an offer. Yeah. Tom Brady's not coming back to the NFL because he got his daughter a cat. That's where we're at right now with him. So he wants no part of returning. Tigo says he would not qualify as an RFA, even a hurt player. He will have accrued more than 3 seasons. Okay, that's what I thought. But that is not my strong suit of knowledge. So I was going to defer to the chat. I knew someone would tell me. Uh, there are some good ones. The guys that I like that aren't first rounders are DeMarvion Overshone, Dorian Williams, Jack Campbell. Those are guys on day 2 and day 3 that you can grab who I think have some nice upside. Honest question: if Huff gets the second round tender and someone signs him, wouldn't you be happy with the second round pick for a situational rusher? Don't consider him to be untouchable. I think I would no. I think I would match it. I do. It's only what is it, 4 and change million to put the second round tender on him. I think you give him the bigger role. I know right now he's only a situational rusher, but I would be willing to keep him. I understand where you're coming from. I think he's probably their best pass rushing edge that they have, and I don't want to lose that. Unless you're telling me Carl Lawson's going to be 2020 Carl Lawson, but we can't guarantee that. There's no way to guarantee that. We got a Packers fan in here. What's going on? C Watson 9 says Packers are not letting Rodgers go for nothing, and this cap money is what is the big deal. Yeah, well, I don't think it's going to. What do you think? Not letting him go for nothing is going to end up being. Like, I don't think you're going to get a first round. If you're expecting a first rounder this year, I think you're going to be disappointed. City Bert says take JSN even though we need O line help. like Bengals did with Jamar, or no, because Rodgers doesn't like young receivers? I don't think it's really about uh, liking or not liking young receivers, but um, yeah, I would say no because my preference is offensive line. It really is. I get it. It would be a ton of fun to have JSN back with Garrett Wilson and with Elijah Moore. But it's not really the same situation because the Jets have spent a first or second round pick on a wide receiver every year since 2020. So that would be 4 drafts in a row where that wasn't the case with the Bengals. Yes, they had T. Higgins, but that was a second rounder just the year prior. The last time they took a first round receiver was 2017 before that. So it's not really a one for one comparison. Jets Media, what's up, Richie? Says, when are we getting A-Rod, Matt? It better happen today. I've been saying now for weeks, my man, that it was going to be by today, the latest. And I'm starting to get a little bit worried, Richie. I don't know about you. I'm sure you are getting to that point as well. But the Jets don't really have much of another choice. But I will say these live streams have been fun. Like Aaron Rodgers watch has been fun, but I'm ready for it to be over. I really am. I think it's time. Get this thing done. Let's go. Make up your mind, dude. Make up your mind, Aaron Rodgers. We got a super chat. Thank you so much to Mac and Zegan Holy Cross says, is it bad news they hired A-Rod's favorite coach as an assistant just now and restructured David B? No, I don't think so. I don't think that they are going to have the opportunity uh to bring him back. I really don't. I think they're gonna end up just moving on to Jordan Love. I really don't think that's gonna be the case. If they do, great, but it's not something that I'm really worried about. It really isn't. The Bakhtiari restructure is they need someone to block for Jordan Love, right? See, Watson, Randall Cobb is also going to the Jets. Amen. I think you're right. I agree with this. I think he's going to be wide receiver 4 for the Jets next year. Richie says, facts, I'm so ready for them to be done too. Make up your mind, Aaron. Let's go. Well, to Aaron, I'll give Aaron some credit. It is, while it's 3:19 here, where he is, it's only 12:19. So maybe there's still time for a decision today, but it continues. It continues on for another day. We laugh, we cry, we do it all. As I knock over my cup and scare the crap out of my dog. I apologize, Casey. That's my bad. Anthony S says, if it's true that the deal is set, why would they bring him back? Yeah, I think it is. They're literally just waiting on Rodgers. If he wants to play or doesn't. If he wants to play, he'll be on the Jets next year. If he doesn't want to play, he'll be retired. Is he going to leave $60+ million on the table? Do you buy that? No, I don't think so. Kev says, in Greek, Aaron Rodgers means kiss my ass. Wait. Oh, God almighty. Let's play a game for a second. We'll go through in the chat. Who do you think breaks the Aaron Rodgers news? Is it Ian Rappaport? Is it Schefter? Is it Rossini, who's been Deanna Rossini, who's been on the money? Does Rodgers do it himself? Does Rodgers go to Pat McAfee and do it? I'm leaning towards Rossini. I think she's been the best one with this coverage the whole time. I think that Schefter and Rappaport bothered Rodgers with his fake report, or not fake report, but the misinformation they had on when he was going into the darkness retreat rubbed in the wrong way. So I think it's going to be Rossini. But I'm curious to see what you guys think. City Burt, Cobb or Bakhtiari. Also, OBJ is not taking a discount. Yeah, I think it's going to be Cobb. Bakhtiari was restructured today, so I think he's sticking in Green Bay. I really do. I don't expect him to be on the move. I don't think he was restructured to be part of the trade or anything like that. I do think Randall Cobb on the cheap, veteran minimum, be wide receiver 4, backup slot, come in, reliable guy. Someone that Aaron really likes. I think that's absolutely on the table. OBJ is not taking a discount. He wants like $15 million a year, and I don't think he's going to take a 1-year deal either. And after missing an entire year, yeah, with another knee injury, that scares me. It really does. See, Watson says, "I'll take Corey Davis." Okay, you could have him. It frees up $10.5 million for us. I think that's a win-win. The Packers get a veteran, bigger receiver who will probably be an Allen Lazard replacement, right? And the Jets would get Randall Cobb, who would be depth for them. I think it works out for both sides. Wild Wave says definitely Ian Rappaport is going to break the news. Okay. Wingo Baki says John Fister thinks it's going to be Aaron Rodgers. Kevin says Rossini. I agree. Rossini. Doug says Sauce will break it. Could you imagine? AJ Hawk said it would be Aaron himself. Samini. Could you imagine? Fowler. James Jones or Pat McAfee. There you go. Yeah, I agree with this. She has been all over this story. She's been the most reliable one on it. And not that Ian and Adam are unreliable, but she's got the most info out on this story. She's done a really good job with this one. Vladdy P, what's going on? Don't think it's going to happen. I have a bad feeling. Vladdy P, Mr. Putin, sir, thank you so much for tuning in. I don't want you to have bad vibes. I get it. We're down bad in the chat right now. We're waiting for a guy. We're on day 4. We're going a little stir crazy. Not the best time right now because we want this to get done. Phil Adams says Green Bean. I hope so. Could you imagine if Green Bean just came out big swinging dick in the Cracker Factory, just dropped the news? He kills me. Manish Mehta. No, come on now. Rico the Pup. Well, you want proof the deal is getting done? We don't let it be known that we're restructuring CJJFM and DJ Reed all at the same time unless we're signaling we need cap space for AR. Yeah. Also, you don't cut Braxton Berrios and do the move with CJ Uzama either, right? Green bean. There we go. Couple green beans. Another one. Sauce will break it from Doug. Yeah, Sauce. What a character he's been throughout all this. I want to pull his tweets back up. He's doing his recruiter-thon right now, but he was on FaceTime or telethon rather. He was on FaceTime with Odell. Obviously, I think you guys have seen the videos already by now. Did you post it on Twitter? I don't think he did. But hang on. Let's go find the Sauce Gardner video. And we're not going to listen to that. But let's do, here we go. This.
Where A-Rod? Man, let's make this happen, man. This is me talking now. I ain't playing no games no more. I'm not playing no more. I was playing that first. I'm not playing no more. You see it in my face. I need you to lock in. I need you to come here so we can win the Super Bowl. Like, don't even play no more. I mean, you've been playing a little too much. Hey, just chill. Just think about it. You still feeling? Just think about it, bro. It's cold outside right now. When this pool cover come off, man, we could take a swim. Like, we can have a little pool party at my crib, man. Hosted by you. You know what I mean? Hey, I can teach you how to get 32, A-Rod. I can teach you how to get 32, right? I can teach you how to get 32, right? Yeah. Hey, I can teach you how to get 32, man. Just pull up, man. Just pull up, man. Gotta do it. Hey, come on, hey, I need this touch, bro. I need the touch. I need the touch. Hey, I need your, I need the touch. The touch of the cheese. Hey, when this go in there, this motherfucker gonna turn the cheese sauce. Come on.
These 3 crack me up, by the way.
Yeah, it's gone, man. It's gone, bro. Gone, man. Ain't nothing we can do. Look at the cheese. It's melting. It's turning to cheese sauce, bro. Look.
Cheese sauce.
It's turning into cheese sauce, though. Oh, bro, y'all see that? It really turned into cheese sauce, man.
That's great. I love it. They're the best. It was a fun time. If you haven't seen the video, go check it out on his YouTube channel after this. All right. What else we got? Sadie Burt is back. Is it up to Rodgers? Should Pack Jets announce? He might announce he's coming back first before an actual trade gets announced. Maybe that would be the scenario where that happens. We had an update from Fowler on the restructure, which that's my latest push notification is Jeremy Fowler. Quick clarification, 9.5 of the roster bonus and 5.5 of the base salary moved into a signing bonus of around 15 mil. Simple restructure, no void years added. Okay, there we go. Vladdy P. Oh no. I'm gonna Gillette, Hard Rock, and High Mark for us Jet fans next year for Rodgers this year. I promise. Oh God. Vladdy P. Let's avoid the nuclear warfare if possible, my friend. You guys are nuts. Hawk says, I wish Zach was in the video with a welcome to New York Rodgers sign. It's got to be a little bit weird for him, but also at the same time, I think it's something that he can handle because it's someone that he likes a lot, and they're close in Aaron Rodgers. And, maybe best case, as I said, maybe best case scenario, you sit with Aaron for a couple years and get it on track and figured out. Absolute best case scenario. I'm not saying that's what's definitely going to happen, but I don't know. It could always be worse. They could run it back with Mike White and wear Mike White t-shirts and do it and laugh right in his face. So Duncan says Jets themselves with a statement from Woody. Yeah. So is this the face of a hold on? Let's pull this up. Is this the face of a man who wants to break his own quarterback news? Look at him. Oh God, he kills me. Look, he wanted to say something so bad to the paparazzi that day. He couldn't help himself. He could not help himself. He wanted to go, Aaron Rodgers is our quarterback. That's what he wanted to say. Did you ask your dog if she thinks Rodgers retires a Jet? Should we do a dog treat video like we did with the picks during the year? Maybe we do that with a Jets logo and a retired logo. She was pretty good against the spread last year, so who knows? David Harris in Paris. What's up, dude? Free agency is coming up this week, Matt. Who's one free agent from another team other than quarterback you'd be okay with paying $10+ million a year for? Ooh, good question. I'm gonna go Jesse Bates. I think a free safety, a safety and free safety duo of Jesse Bates and Chuck Clark would be a massive upgrade and take this defense to the next level, and they'd be the number one defense in the NFL. I think they need someone who could take the ball away, and Jesse Bates has that ability. Now, maybe like Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, if he was a little bit healthier this past year, he did have 6 picks, but he missed 5 games, which, like, great. 6 interceptions is awesome, but missing the time scares me a little bit, and he has versatility. I'd be okay with him, but I would go Jesse Bates. Andy said, "Scared that video might sting really badly." There's going to be some the meme potential if Aaron Rodgers retires. It's not good. I can tell you that right now. It ain't good. Thielen got cut. Is he an option for us at the right price? Maybe. If he wants a boatload of cash, I don't know how much I like that. The last couple of years, he's been okay with Minnesota. This past year on 70 catches, 716 yards, 6 touchdowns. Year prior, 726 and 10. Would you sign him up for a 1-year deal at, I don't know, 10 million? Maybe you would at that point. I think it's on the table. Is he my favorite option? No, but I could understand it. City Bert says, can you go through our cap right now? Over the cap is updated. Oh, okay. Let's do that quickly. We have a couple super chats to get through in here. I appreciate you guys hanging with me on the day. We're going in order here. So let's go to City Bert, who wants to look at over the cap. So we'll pull that up because that matters. Right now, the Jets still need to free up some more cap space. They are in the red 1.5 to 81 million. Now, I don't think this is going to be the cut, but that is definitely something that I think is the potential for a restructure. Carl Lawson's still going to have to be restructured if you're not cutting him. DJ Reed is a restructure candidate, and he obviously his cap numbers at 14.15 can be brought down. JFM at 12.4 can be brought down. Who are some other ones? Dwayne Brown's not going anywhere. They like Dwayne. Jordan Whitehead's the one that stands out, right? At 7.25. That could potentially be cut. Are there any other restructure? Well, no, I guess it's not updated because Braxton Berrios is still here. So maybe it's not updated. City Bert. Unless we just go cap space like this. Let's see. Let's close. No, it's not. I don't think it's all the way updated yet. So still have a ways to go, unfortunately. We have a couple other super chats in line, so let's keep this train rolling. JJ the Jet Plane, I love that name, says, I doubt AR will retire without chasing a ring one last time. The Jets give him that chance. I ain't worried. Yeah, I mean they really do. The roster is good. The defense is great. You have some young weapons on offense that could work. It would be a lot of fun, and we've seen it before. We saw Peyton Manning go win in Denver. We saw Tom Brady leave New England and go win in Tampa Bay. You saw Matthew Stafford get traded towards the end of his career and have success in Los Angeles. Hasn't worked yet for Russell, but that's just one instance. Joe Namath, he didn't win a championship, but they were a playoff team. So there's been success with it, and that's, I think, gives the Jets their best opportunity to win, right? So all good things. Brian says, partly hoping Zach commits tax fraud next month so the Jets can escape the remaining $12 million they owe him. PSA, remember to do your taxes, kids. Yes, tax season is upon us. It is coming up very, very soon. So if you haven't done it, then make sure you get in on the mix. That way. Zach, tax fraud. That's funny. James says, I am going to be the most toxic fan to every other team in the NFL. If Rodgers is here, we suffered long enough. Nothing is off limits. I texted my buddy Tyler, who does some work with me, video editing, and he's a Pats fan. It was after the picture. I sent him the picture of Odell on FaceTime with Sauce. So I said, Odell and Rodgers, you're gonna absolutely hate me and the Jets next year, huh? And he goes, LMAO, this is a nightmare. So yeah, I don't think the league is going to be put on notice a little bit that the Jets are really going for it. They're making the push. It's we have no idea if it'll actually end up working out. I think it has a good chance to, but we'll see. It's quiet. It's a little too quiet. Tigo says CJ, LT, DJ, JFM, and Brown all restructure candidates. Yeah, Jordan Whitehead and Carl Lawson cuts. That gives us 62.5 in cap space this year. Hello. That'd be nice. Sign me up for that. Where will Berrios be when the year starts? He already did his farewell. Thank you to the Jets Nation. Honestly, Miami, I think, is a really nice spot for him. He went to school there. He's from Florida. I think that would be a seamless fit. Obviously, you see scrappy, small, white wide receiver. You think New England? Maybe. And he was there originally, and Bill did not like him getting away. So maybe he goes back to New England also. I'm not super worried about it. I don't think it's going to turn into a situation where he's killing the Jets for the next 10 years, but who knows? Who's scarier, Chuck Norris or Michael Clemens? There's only one answer to this question, and it's Michael freaking Clemens. He is the only one. Stern says, I don't think we cut Lawson, restructure, or pay cut, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. I think that's the case. Matt, how are you going to celebrate the Rodgers signing? Very easy. I'm going to come on a live stream and I'm going to pop this bottle. I have it ready. I do it for the draft. It has Aaron. I got to put Aaron Rodgers' name in Sharpie. We're ready to go here on stream, but we're popping bottles when the Aaron Rodgers trade gets announced. Hang on. I think my dog is trying to get out of the room. Nope, she's still laying on the bed. I lied. It was someone else coming in downstairs. We're good, guys. Dave says could see Berrios in Minnesota. Okay. That could work. B Green says, I don't like we didn't sign Robinson. He wasn't really that effective for the Jets. He was basically moved to running back 5 by the end of the year. So it's not really all that surprising. They really like Bam Knight and Michael Carter. I think those will be the two guys. And who knows? Maybe they bring Ty Johnson back. Tigo also has a bottle of champagne ready. That's perfect. Great minds. Matt, you think that we re-sign Quan and Little Bro Williams back at linebacker positions? I think it's going to be one rather than both. I think you add someone else through the draft. Now, you guys know if you've been around with me for a while, my preference is Quan Alexander. I like him better than I like Quincy, but I think it's going to be Quincy. And I think the Jets like Quincy more so than Quan. I could definitely see Quan leaving and going down with D'Amico Ryans, down with the Texans. That would make a ton of sense. They have money too in free agency to spend. And I think they'll want to bring back Quincy to keep the Williams brothers happy. So that would be my guess, but my preference would be Quan of the two. Oh, Dave the Dude says Berrios will be a pat on 315. Yeah, I could see it. Sorry, I wanted to get Marco up here. Why did we have to cut Berrios? Would have restructured him instead. The report was that they tried to restructure him, but they couldn't come to an agreement on the restructure, so they were forced to cut him. That's why. I want to see if I could pull up the report. Restructure, please hold. Yeah, here we go. From Adam Schefter. Jets are releasing wide receiver Braxton Berrios at the start of the league year next week. Per source, the two sides discussed a restructuring of his contract, but were unable to reach an agreement. His release will save $5 million against the cap. So that's why they couldn't come to an agreement, unfortunately. Adam says McAfee just finished. No news. Next show Monday. I don't want to wait till Monday. On Monday. We're doing the live stream for free agency. We're going live at the start of the legal tampering period, man. I don't want to. We gotta do the free agency and Rodgers at the same time. I'm gonna have an aneurysm here, folks. I can't do that. Stern says Jets fans are always terrified of our cut players going to the Pats and being beasts, but that has pretty much never happened outside of Woodhead. Such a tired narrative. Yeah, remember, like Chad Hansen was going to be to that. Now, with all due respect to Chad Hansen, Braxton Berrios is a significantly better player than Chad Hansen was, but it is a little bit of a tired narrative. I agree with that. AP14, what's up, man? Checking in from Canada. What's up, Matt? Freak out. Reach at 9.9 out of 10. Full-blown Jets panic mode. I'm nervous. I'm not full-blown panic mode, but I am a little nervous here as it's on Friday because I have said for a long time now, for the last few weeks, that Friday would be the absolute latest. And here we are on Friday at 3:41 p.m. with still no answer. So it is a little every Schefter push notification sends me off the deep end over here. I'm getting push notifications thinking, oh my God, there's a chance Aaron Rodgers is going to happen. And no, the Broncos are releasing running back Chase Edmonds per source. His release will save Denver $5.92 million against the cap. And then we're going to get Jeremy Fowler to do it. And Rappaport are going to tweet it. And I'm going to get a notification again because I'm a dumbass and I'm not going to remember that it's this. And I'm going to get my heart racing once again for it to be the notification of the Broncos releasing a bum ass running back in Chase Edmonds. So, yeah. Sorry for the rant, but I'm sure you guys can empathize because it's getting a little much. Mac RPO Jones, Tua, turn the ball over. Josh T.O. Allen, bleep them all. I'm just getting started, says James. Listen, if the Jets are to land Aaron Rodgers, then I'll tell you this. They are absolutely in competition for the AFC East title. I think the Bills would be the favorite. You know, they've been there and done it before, and you know, they would have a very good chance to win it, but it won't be easy. I think it would be the Jets and the Bills battling this thing out at the top of the AFC East. I did it. See, I told you. I predicted the future. What did I literally say? I said, I'm going to forget. I'm going to look down at my phone. Ian Rappaport just tweeted it now. The Broncos are clearing cap space, releasing running back Chase Edmonds, sources say. It took 45 seconds for me to fall for it. 45 seconds. I have the brain of a peanut over here. I just looked down again. I guarantee you. I know it's going to be. Is it going to be for Jeremy Fowler now with the tweet? What am I doing? I'm going like a crazy person. How many hours of live streams have I sat through and done the same damn thing? Thank you, Tigo. Why are they tweeting about anything not Rodgers? Who cares about Denver? That's what I'm saying. I am stressed the hell out. I've been on how many live streams? Myself, Ryan's, Green Beans, everybody's live stream podcast. I was on the R Lads podcast earlier today, which I'm not sure when it's coming out. But our lads, I use them for the depth chart, so I was very excited to be on their show. And the whole time, it was at 1:00, and for like a half hour, 40 minutes, I'm sitting there like trying not to be the asshole, keep trying to check Twitter, and it's like I'm getting these notifications for BS. It's silly. Did you see Sauce Gardner's YouTube video? Yes, I did. I thought it was fantastic. I love Sauce, Brees Hall, and Garrett Wilson. I think they are all very entertaining. I think they do a really, really nice job. A really nice job. And they're just having fun. They're doing a good time. They're doing a good thing. It was fun. And them rapping on Twitch and freestyling, it was great. Oh, City Bird, don't get me started. What about when Shefty said Jets trade for? The rage I felt inside my body was bad. I replied to the tweet and I said rap better, meaning Ian Rappaport better. But I had something else like halfway typed out, and I'm like, I can't fire this off. I gotta have I gotta be semi tame because I was livid. My heart dropped, and I was excited. Like I ended up being excited because I thought it was a great trade. You get a starting safety in here for a 2024 7th, but the push notification of Jets trade, I almost shit my pants because I thought it was going to be Aaron Rodgers. Oh, that's funny. He says he didn't get it. He said Barrios to Minnesota because that's where he had the drop. That is funny. That went over my head. Hand up. That went over my head. That's a good one. Hennessy says, you guys going to be live all weekend. Yeah, we very well could be. We very well could be. Sean Fairley says, I've got a nice bottle of, how do you pronounce that? Is it Lugvallen? Whiskey ready to go. I'm guessing that's Irish whiskey. Good stuff. I've said this before, but next weekend for St. Patty's Day, I'm going to Boston. And I got a bottle of Jameson at the liquor store, so I am ready to go. I have an open bottle of Jameson Black Barrel, which I could get myself into, but very nice. I am jealous of you. See, because this is why Chat Central doesn't go live. No, he doesn't. But he gets there is not a person on the internet that gets out content faster than him. I don't know how he does it. It's like Schefter releases a tweet, and 30 seconds later, a video is already uploaded with an edited thumbnail, and it's like 5 minutes long. I don't know how he does it, but the GOAT, just an absolute legend. Edward says can't plan free agency moves. Way to help your new team. It's going to be hard too, right? On Monday. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. DJ, we got to dissect. Sorry, Edward, to cut you off. But you are right. It's frustrating because we're getting to Monday now, or it's just about Monday. We have this tweet that we could break down from DJ Reed. Franklin Wood already got Lamar already. Franklin. And he says, please explain. Okay. Ty explains this. Thank you, Ty. Says, for those who don't understand, Franklin is the main character in Snowfall. He's a big time drug dealer. Lamar is one of the main characters in BMF. He's Meech's main enemy and tries to kill him every chance he gets. What's BMF? Oh, okay. So we're doing a video game? GTA. Oh, Grand Theft Auto? Is that what it is? And we got, let's read the quote tweets, the comment section. It's GTA. Franklin and Lamar. Okay. GTA. I apologize. I wasn't really a big GTA player. I only played Madden. I wasn't really a big video game guy. And Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Ricky, you're gonna get, you know what? I'm in a bad mood. You're getting banned. I'm putting you in a timeout. Oh, it's Scotch whiskey. All right, there you go. Scotch. It's hard for me to get into Scotch. Like Macallan's 12 is probably my favorite Scotch that I've had. Now I lost my spot here a little bit. Okay, Tigo had a question. That's it. That's what I wanted to go to. What position do you think we all are looking over in terms of position we will think the Jets are good at, but that we'll draft a la Clemens last year? And why is it running back? That would be so weird if they drafted it. With tight end, like the mocks with Dalton Kincaid going to the Jets in the first round, like really break my brain. Why is it running back? Yeah, maybe they do take a running back in like the 4th round. I don't know. I wouldn't personally be able to justify it, but something weird's going to happen. That's a good point, Tigo. That happened last year with Clemens. There have been many opportunities or many advantages of it. There we go. A single malt Scotch. You guys are correcting me. Here we go. Ray says, what do you think about the center the Titans just cut? We need one of those. Yeah, I would say probably. Team's a dude. Black Mafia family. It's a show on. That just went way over my head. Hey, Matt, are you Irish? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I did one of those, what is it? The 23andMe or Ancestry, one of those. It came out, I was like, I want to say 80% Irish, something like that. Let's see if I can pull it up. Why not? Right? We got time to kill. Let's see. I think it was 80. Can I log in? Sign in. Yeah, here we go. Oh, I can remember my password. Probably not, but let's give it a go. If I don't remember it on the first try. Okay, I didn't get it on the first try. So it doesn't matter. Point of the story, very Irish, yes. Rig of the Pup the guy is the guy named Matt O'Leary with the red hair Irish. Yeah, just a little bit. Are you doing a full 5 hours tonight? If so, I need to go buy more coffee. No, I'll be on to 4:30 today. We've been in the 2-hour routines. Unless news breaks, then no. Then yes, obviously. But yes. Oh, Cork in the house. I think no. I gotta pull up the map again. I did this once before on a stream recently. It was no, County Clare is where my family. I knew it's something with the C. County Clare is where my family is from originally, I believe. But my family's been over here for a while. I'm not like second generation Irish. I think like late 1800s, early 1900s. When we signing Clay Matthews and Eric Weddle. Yeah, just getting the whole band back together, right? All the The old farts doing it. Yeah. Oh, good news. Breaking news from Ian Rappaport. Hold on to your butts, folks. Ready for this? We got breaking news from Ian Rappaport. The Denver Broncos are releasing cornerback Ronald Darby, who had a $12.7 million cap hit. Thank you. Thank you, Ian. I appreciate that. Again, with the notifications for shit I don't care about. How is this still happening? Is what I want to know. How is it still happening? I'm baffled by the redheaded juice. I don't know why, but that really made me laugh. That's funny. One of my actually one of my best friends in the world, he's a twin. And I'm more friends with the one twin, Max, than his brother Alex. But his brother Alex is a redheaded Jewish person. Don't do that to me, Matt. Almost give me a heart attack. Had a heart attack. Not nice. I'm sorry, guys. I'm down bad over here. I'm sending you my hospital bill. I predicted Rappaport to break it. That's so funny. Oh wow, we are really dumb. Yeah, Jake Asman is a redheaded Jew. You are correct in that. That's another one. You became the very thing you hated, the Adam Schefter troll. I'm sorry. It was more out of anger. You guys should have known that my real reaction wouldn't have been like that. My real reaction, I would have flipped that thing up. We would have been popping bottles. We would have been all going ballistic. You think I would have went, oh, breaking news, Ian Rappaport, drum roll, and not going absolutely nuts if it was really Adam Schefter? Come on. If it was really Aaron Rodgers, come on now. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I feel like the reaction would have been more if it was Rodgers. It was all we've been very on brand with our reactions and being annoyed. So I'm sorry. I won't do it again though. Oh, which Jets YouTuber will finish a stream minutes before the bomb drops? That sounds like something that would happen to me. But I'm gonna go a different direction. I'm gonna go Green Bean because that would be hilarious. Also, sorry, Green Bean, because he was live for 5 hours. Literally yesterday, I popped in Green Bean stream for like 15 minutes in between periods of the Islander game, and then the third period came back on. I was like, all right, I got to go finish covering this game, cover the rest of the game. Crazy game, went to overtime, did my post game coverage for my side work, went back on my phone. It's like 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, all right, like this is done. No, 11:30. It was even later than that. And they were still live. I was like, oh my God, I talked to these guys 2.5 hours ago. They're still live. Crazy. What is your worst case scenario for next season? Running back the quarterback room of Mike White and Zach Wilson. I think that is your worst case scenario. I think that is the quickest path to get everyone fired. Oh, here we go. Preference super chat from Jesse. Thank you so much for the super chat. Super chat preference to replace Corey Davis if cut. OBJ, Thielen, other. My number one preference is probably I would say probably Alan Lazard. I think he is the best fit for what they need. A big wide receiver, good red zone threat, can block, has familiarity with Rodgers, assuming that's who they land, has familiarity with Nathaniel Hackett, who's already here. Not a big OBJ guy because I think he is a little redundant to what I think Elijah Moore could be in this offense. Thielen, prefer a little bit more than Odell, but don't love that idea. It depends on the cost there. Jacoby Myers is going to cost too much. Otherwise, he would be a pretty good option. Cortland Sutton on the trade market is an option that I like. Maybe Hopkins at the right price. Dave says it'll be Matt because it's happening at 6 minutes. No, I'm on until 4:30, so I will definitely be. I will definitely be on if it happens in 6 minutes. I'd be thrilled. Gunny and Wyatt, the Wyoming Marine. Yeah, that was an interesting stream last night. That was a lot of fun hanging out with them for a little bit, and then I popped back in for like 10 minutes before I went to sleep. No, do it again, Matt. Okay, maybe I will. Maybe I'll go. Maybe I'll go buck wild. Go 24 hours. Show that you can outlast Aaron. Imagine that. Like, I just be like, all right, I'm gonna sleep here at my desk, and that's what's live streaming. What's the lowest scoring Jets game you ever attended? Minus 6 points scored by the Jets. Ready for this amazing game? In case you don't remember this lovely, lovely matchup, I will show you. It's a game that the Jets won, is my hint. But while I'm searching for the box score, maybe you guys can guess in the chat what game a box score I'm about to pull up. It's a game that the Jets won. That was maybe the worst, one of the worst games I've ever seen played in my entire life. Come on. Pro Football Reference is taking a while to load. I'm sure you guys are guessing right now in the chat. You're guessing it. You're probably guessing right. Here we go. Ready? Minimize this. Well, bam. It is this lovely game from 2012. Jets, Arizona Cardinals, 7-6 final score. Mark Sanchez stunk. He got benched for Greg McElroy, who went 5 of 7 for 29 yards, against Ryan Lindley, who went 10 of 31 for 72 yards. So combined passing yards on the day was how much? 177 and 81. That is not a math guy. I never claimed to be. 177 plus 81, 258 combined passing yards. That was an abysmal game to go to. Wild. Some of these are Tennessee. Oh, man, you make me laugh. Duncan says it was hilarious. I fell asleep when he started and woke up to him still going UK time. Insane. Jet Central will definitely be the first to post about it. That dude could be in the middle of a bank robbery and to post, "Hey guys, stuck in the vault with other hostages," but Aaron Rodgers is yeah, with the phone. He does it, man. He's just like, "Hey, what's going in, guys? Welcome in." The GOAT. Let's see if anyone was able to get my the game that I went to. Gregory says my life just hitting refresh is really down bad. Cardinals, Jets, Andy got it. Yep. There we go. Sanchez, Lindley, the pro debut of Greg McElroy. Here we go. Yep. Jets cards when Sanchez got back. Has to be the Luke Falk game. No, they lost that game. McElroy 7-6. Yeah, I was there. I'll see if I could find. I think I have a picture of young Matt O'Leary who was on TV. Not like it's not really like you could see it all that well. It was a very grainy picture that my dad took on TV during one of the extra, probably the only extra point of the game, actually. How long ago was that? 2012. So I got to scroll back a while here, but yes, that was really a thing. I really went to that game, sat through the entirety of that game. It was not fun. I went with my good friend Max, who I talked about earlier. He's the twin, and my buddy Kyle. My buddy Kyle had season tickets. His family has season tickets, and I went to most of the Jet games I've been to in my life were with them. Nope, that's from a preseason game. Hang on, we're almost back. We got to scroll back a while here. There we go. It's gonna be very hard to see, but I am in the middle, rocking my Sione Puha jersey. Let's see if you get if this is gonna focus up. Nope. There we go. See me, my tall, lanky ass. That's like a 17, 18-year-old Matt O'Leary right there on TV at that game. Photo proof that I sat through that. You don't remember the Jets Steelers final? 6-3, Jets won. When was this? What year was that? 2003. Oh, 6-0 game. Oh yeah, that was the snow game. Curtis Martin ran for a bunch of. Oh no, maybe not. That was not the game, but that was not the game. But that's a good guess. I have you all beat 33-0 Jets at Chargers. That was the Geno game, right? Wasn't that where Geno missed the team meeting because he didn't understand time zones? How Geno completely transitioned his career is something that I was not expecting. This is the same guy who didn't understand time zones and was late to a meeting. At least that's what he said. And then got punched out by one of his teammates. And what's the most telling about that was that none of his other teammates, including the offensive lineman, jumped in and did a damn thing. That tells a lot about how they or what they thought of their quarterback. And to go from that to a guy cashing in $100 million contract, good for him. Look, like you said, bro, this fucking game, bro. This shit is brutal. Yeah, probably. Again, 17-year-old Matt, it looks very different. Yeah, or he went to the movies. Yup. People change. That is true. He changed for the better. Good. I'm happy for him. I have no ill will towards Geno now. It didn't work out here. It stinks it didn't work out, but there you go. Still nothing. Just in my little quick reset on Twitter. Geno has the better story arc than Rudy. Yep. Oh, that's a good one to go to. 2009 week 2 versus the Patriots, loudest game ever been to. Yeah, that's got to be a good one. My dad was at this game. He doesn't go to very many Jets games. He's one of those, and I'm kind of this way too. He's like, I like to watch from home. But he was in a suite. One of his friends had a suite. It was the night game, and Trevor Siemian's got absolutely murked in that game. Zach says Makai needs to bulk up. LOL. Yeah, let's pull that up. I don't know if you guys saw, or we did earlier in the stream, but I'll pull. Oh, we got a notification. The notification is Steelers have released cornerback Will Jackson. That is the most recent one now. But I will pull up on Twitter the picture of Mekhi Becton. I joked with him and we went back and forth a little bit. I said it looks like he's going to get down to his birth weight, but this is the picture that we're talking about. Mekhi looking slim. How about that? And then in the comments, I don't know if you saw, so we could go down to, hang on. Where is NYJ Mike and Mekhi going back and forth? They were talking about, okay, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it in this thread, but they were going through and talking about doing reps together, a 1v1, which would have been fantastic. Oh, there you go. Gang Green says, respect for County Clare. Most of my family is from Munster, too. There we go. Love it. I got to get over there. It's a crime against humanity that I haven't been over to Ireland yet. Dave the Dude says, you're looking at the Jets starting left tackle. Oh, yeah. I am a light mode guy. Hell yeah. I don't like dark mode. I don't. Even on my phone, YouTube app, all of it. I like light. I'm not a dark mode fan, which I know is a hot take, but slim ticket. There we go. Jeremy, what's up, man? He says, I knew someone would be live. What up, Matt O'Leary and everyone? Jeremy, I need you're my boots on the ground in California. What's the scoop? You got to have something going on over there, right? Rico the Pup says, dude looks like if he gets down to 330, his abs will start showing. I don't know how he carries that weight so well. Zion Johnson is like an inch taller and looks fat when he's up to 280. He really does. John says, I'm a Jets fan. I've had enough dark mode. That's funny. That's really good. Yeah, that's a good point. Shouldn't Jeremy be in class right now? It's like 1:00 his time. Oh my god. I went to Jets Jags in the rain, got there after the only 3 points, the pain we go through. It's an absolute shame. An absolute shame. Sneakers to Boots is in here. Another one. Sorry, I'm late. All good, man. We're on for another 25 minutes or so. We're going to go to 4:30. Again, we're going to do 2 hours on here. I appreciate you guys hanging with me and sticking with me on this one. Johnny Boy says, Matt, the longer the wait, the more I believe Aaron is going back to the Packers, just feeling good having the Jets fawn over him, then stick it to the Packers once they think they're moving on. I don't think he's going back. I really think it's the Jets or retire. I don't think so. But hey, I get it. Jets chaos, F them kids, just put on a movie. Yes. Yeah, that's a movie. Bill Nye the Science Guy day. Sean says, come on, Matt. I'm 57. My bedtime is fast approaching over this side of the pond. That's great. We just dismissed the kids for a week break. I head to NC in 8 hours. Oh, boy. So you're no help to me is what I'm getting. No good. Well, what can you do? Jeremy, I tried. Tried to help out Jeremy, but I could not. Or I wish Jeremy could help me out, but could not get it to do it. Let's see what else we got going on. I see I'm doing my Twitter chat and then Twitter refresh and then I don't realize that I'm live and like, hey, I should probably interact with these people. What would we do with ourselves if we won a Super Bowl after being used to complaining about sucking all these years? You would never hear a bad word out of my mouth again. I'd be the happiest guy in the world. It would be fantastic. I would love it. Hope you're staying hydrated and eating since you're doing this all the time. Yeah, I got my big Stanley cup filled with water. Well, now it's almost close to empty, so I'm going to have to refill it, but I'm only going to be on for another 20 minutes or so. Sinkers to Boot says the Jags game was the first time I ever left the game early, and it wasn't because of the weather. There you go. The only time I willingly left early, there was a game that I was forced to leave early with because my ride was leaving. I'm like, what? I'm 13. I'm not going to, force my way to stay. And I was a guest, so I went. But the Jets New England home opener in 2021, I left early. I was hot. I was sunburned. It was bad. That was one of the worst sunburns I think I've ever had in my life. Good question from Double Doink. What does the Bakhtiari contract news mean, good or bad? It doesn't. I don't think it has an impact either way. I really don't. I think it's, good for them. They need to clear that up. He was going to be a $28 million cap hit or something like that. So I don't blame him. Uh-oh. The dog's standing up now on the bed, so I don't know if she's going to want to leave. Oh, no, she's just spinning and going to lay back down, it looks like. Yeah, lay right back down. Go ahead. Yeah, there she goes. Shut up. You guys in the chat. Love you guys. Hennessy says, you can't log off, Matt. What if there's breaking news? This has been me for 4 days. I've literally, I said it on one of the streams, a million streams this week. I was saying, I don't want to do I haven't left my house since Monday. That's not good. That's really not good. I'd buy my firstborn ayahuasca. There we go. I need to make a shirt. I think my Aaron Rodgers shirt that I'd make would be ayahuasca Aaron would be the shirt. What number would Odell use if he's a Jet? 3 after Jordan Whitehead gets cut? Ooh, who's your favorite Jet ever and current favorite Jet? I would say Sean Ellis or Curtis Martin. Those two are my favorite all-time Jets. I have the Sean Ellis. I don't know if you can see it from this angle, but that frame, hang on, the reverse of this is throwing me off. That frame is a signed Sean Ellis jersey. Favorite right now? Probably Garrett Wilson. I like how he handles himself. That was a guy that I really wanted them to draft. He's one of my, my guys. I wanted him to draft. I followed his college career. I would say Garrett. Uh-oh. A new notification? Is this what this is? Okay, not anything of worth. Oh, the only game I left early was the Butt Fumble game. Yeah, that. I was not in attendance for that one, but I was miserably watching that on not New Year's, Thanksgiving. Wait, after all that music talk the other day, have you seen the YouTube series Emo's Not Dead? I have not seen it, but that is something that I would be interested in. So maybe I'm going to have to do that to get off my mind, to get this off my mind. Because I don't know how if I could just keep refreshing. John Pfister says, but we've enjoyed it, Matt. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. No, Zerloin wears 6. He was going to be 6, and then he switched to 3 right before the start of the season. Mark Gastineau was the best. Yeah, before my time, but the Gastineau highlights are electric. And 99 is such a great number, too. Okay, we have not anything really big, but something relatively newsworthy related to this. A statement from Packers president Mark Murphy on telecast of Girls State Basketball Tournament confirms team will honor trade request from Aaron Rodgers if he wants it, confirms they gave permission to Jets, and that everyone expects resolution by the start of free agency. Okay, so that is what? Is that the legal tampering period or by next Wednesday? Because am I going to get to day 7 or 8 of the Aaron Rodgers watch? I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can. Sneakers to Boot says, would you let Rodgers wear 12 if you were Namath, if you knew it was the only way to break the curse? Abso-freaking-lutely. I think it'd be awesome. You have him down on the field, you have him pass the number, or, hold up his jersey, and then Aaron's out there in his jersey after running onto the field. I think it'd be great. I was at the game when Brett threw for 6 touchdowns. That was against Arizona, right? That's one of the rare games I did not see very much of. And the reason why is because that was also the final day or final game at Shea Stadium for the Mets. And they were in a win-and-in game. And unfortunately, they lost and their season ended. But that had preference over the Jets game for understandable purposes. Oh, now who's your least favorite ever and current? Jet. Oh, okay. Least favorite ever. Doug Bryan is very high up on the list for me. Yeah, Doug Bryan is really high up on the list for me. He really has ruined my childhood with that missed kick in 2004. Least favorite right now, Braden Mann. I had to think for a minute, but it's Braden Mann. I think he stinks. And it's not really particularly close. That's a good question, though. We got a super chat. Woohoo. Thank you, Ron. Matt, the only game I walked out of is the fake spike game. My wife locked the door behind me. LOL. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm glad I wasn't around for that. That's before my fandom started. I was relatively lucky for Jet fan perspective. I got in at the right time. 2003 was the first year that I really remember I knew what was going on a week to week basis. Um, they didn't make the playoffs, but the next year in 04, 06, they made the playoffs, and then 8, 9, 10, 11. That stretch was pretty good. Pretty good time to get into it. Quentin Copels, there we go. That's a good answer. My least favorite Jet was Tebow. Doug Brown was the kicker at the Jets-Giants overtime game where he missed lost on 2 field goals in overtime. Terrible. He stinks. He was the worst. There we go. These are all good ones. I'm envious of this era of Jets football. Altoon, Freeman McNeil, Gastineau. I don't know about that. I mean, he could be a good answer, but now I personally, it's all preference. I personally don't like Braden Man. He frustrates me more, but that's fine. D. Milner, all-time least Jamal Adams, current joiner. I'm a heathen. What I do? What did I do this time? Oh goodness. We should trade man for a football and a tee. Oh God. Yeah. Tremaine Johnson's a great answer too. Matt hates kickers. Apparently so. I like Greg Zerloin. I really like Nick Folk a lot. Oh, don't like Tebow? Oh, that's why. I like college Tebow. I did not like 2012 Tebow. Florida Tebow I liked, but not no. Oh God, see Watson. Boo. The Jets could have drafted Jerry Rice, Evan Smith, and Dan Marino. Dude, don't do this. There's so many bad ones. There are really, really bad ones. And New York Mets Tebow. Holy crap. I forgot that he was on the Mets for a little bit. The Mets had some weird ones. Remember Tebow was in the Mets system. Garth Brooks went to Mets spring training in 2000. Mike says, I know this sounds a little petty, but when Zach Wilson said the comment about not letting the defense down, he lost the team right there. No, you're right. Yeah, I think he 100% did, and then they benched him after this. Oh my God, Toby was at the Seahawks game this year. Horrible. I'm sorry. That's a long one. Well, depending on where you are, I was gonna say that's a long trip out there, but still, just sitting through that slop, it didn't show up. Just putrid, putrid, putrid. Yeah. Okay. What do you want to talk about, Mo? We'll take over. Everyone and their mother is looking for Aaron Rodgers stories, but we could break it down. What do you want to talk about? Okay, we got another question and answer from Mark Murphy's interview here that I can show. There was also this during Mark Murphy's interview. Is there a scenario where Aaron is still the starting quarterback of the Packers next season? Yeah, I mean, unless if things don't work out the way we want them, yeah, we would. He obviously is a great player. I don't know. That I feel like that's just worded weird. Who knows? Who the hell knows what's going to happen? I don't. I don't buy that. I think they benched him because they saw their playoff hopes slipping through their fingers. We don't have to relive false history. Not false history, but we don't have to relive past history right now. Zach's not going to be the starting quarterback in 2023, so who cares how it ended in 2022? See, Watson says that was just him being nice. Yeah, I don't really put a whole lot into it. I don't put much stock into it. We're still waiting. That's unfortunately the best we got today. It really hasn't been. It's been a slower news day. We had some nice ones the last couple of days. But the last few have been the last today has been kind of meh. Shadow Realm with a great comment. I wish Quincy Nunwa got to play out his career. Amen. Quincy, I really liked Quincy Nunwa. I have his jersey. That's a big what if for me. I thought he was going to be a really good one. That 2016 season was a fun one. Yeah, do you know what, Nick? Do you know why Sean Ellis went to play for New England? It's a very good answer. Because the Jets didn't offer him a contract. New England paid him good money to go there. The Jets did not offer him after becoming. He wanted to stay. He would have stayed if they offered him a real contract. They didn't. Greenbean on one of his podcasts on episode 92 told that story. Nunwa was Debo before Debo. That's a fact. I got it. Okay. I got to see every Twitter notification now sends me over the deep end. I can't handle this. Not the best. Oh God. We're stressed. We're getting stressed. Yeah. Yep. Thank you. Ellis got big money to play in New England. Yes. He got relatively good money, I think. We have a time. Why not? Sean Ellis will give me his contract history. No, it was 1 year, $4 million, but the Jets were not. They were offering him, I think, the veteran minimum, like a 1 year veteran minimum. And then what the hell was a vet minimum back in 2011? It couldn't have been much. He was a good Jet. Biggest what if in Jets history? If Braden Mann doesn't tackle whoever the hell the punt returner is on the Rams, maybe. After today, what is your new prediction on the news? Who the hell knows? I don't know anymore. Wednesday. The start of free agency. Least favorite Jet, McCagnon. Good answer. I did not. I don't know where he went. Maybe he got upset with me from earlier today. Oh, another good one. Sanchez doesn't fumble versus the Steelers. Yup. Or if they get that stop, I think they win the game too. But good one. If we win the last game in 2015, yep, that AFC conference kind of stunk in 2015. The Jets would have faced not the Broncos. They would have faced the Bengals in the first round. They smoked the Bengals. With AJ McCarron, they would have smoked them with that team. Then they would have went on to play the Broncos in the next round. I think they would have had a good shot. I really do. I think they would have had a good shot. What on the rocks whiskey are you drinking once we sign Rodgers? Whistle Pig for me. Good answer. I don't know if you were here earlier, but on the live stream, we're popping the champagne. We're popping the champagne on the live stream for when Aaron Rodgers officially gets traded. I have my favorite whiskey that I have right now is Weller's 107. Super chat from Radovan. I'm optimistic, but how bad is it that AR doesn't come? Team and fans expect him now. If he doesn't come through, does Florham Park burn to the ground? It won't be pretty. There will be a lot of ugly memes out there. A lot of ugly memes with all these reactions. A lot with Sauce, the video with Sauce, or the tweets, or the recruiting. It's not. Yeah, they are expecting him. You're right. It's not going to be pretty. Jets fans are going to be down bad again. What's the pivot now? If they pivot and get Lamar, that eases it a little bit because he's a stud young quarterback. But if you lose Rodgers and end up with Mike White as your starting quarterback, or Zach Wilson, or Ryan Tannehill, it's going to get ugly. Save the whiskey, not coming. Poor Frank. Frank's upset. Jets chaos says we'd be a laughing stock. Rodgers will be banned from Buffalo Wild Wings if he doesn't come. That's fantastic. Oh yeah, we'll still be excited about Lamar, and but I mean, we're not popping the bottle if Jimmy G or Ryan Tannehill is acquired. That's different. We are crying. Then we are crushing one of these whiskeys. Just sad drinking. This is so overrated. The Mo Lewis didn't knock out, but so he would have played eventually if he was that good. That is one of the most. Ask Greenbean how he feels about that. That is such an overrated moment. Oh, here's one from Ian Rappaport. Broncos are releasing Graham Glass now. They're clearing over a bunch of space. All right, we got about 2 more minutes in here. So if something doesn't happen in the next couple minutes, we're calling it a stream on this Friday, and we'll be back at some point again tomorrow, I guess, unless something happens later tonight. But I don't know. Don't know. How many more days are we supposed to do this? Come on every day until the sun explodes? Waiting? What happened? I listened to his whole stupid podcast that he went on talking about the darkness retreat experience. Listen to that. He's like, "Oh, I don't want to string teams along." You had the meeting freaking on Monday, Tuesday this week, man. It's how many days of this are we doing? It's goddamn ridiculous. Yeah, that's right. Shadow Rome says Sauce will have burned his iconic prize for nothing. What a waste. Lucas, day 82. Give it up for day 82. Samini just retweeted something I'm seeing in the chat. What did Samini have to say? Yeah, we read this a little bit earlier, but we'll pop this back up on the screen. From the quote from the president, Mark Murphy, on telecast of the girls' basketball tournament, confirms that team will honor trade requests from Aaron Rodgers if he wants to. Confirms they gave permission to the Jets, and to everyone expects resolution by the start of free agency. Yes, about time. Not very many. Not many. How many more productive activities have you done the last few days? Not a lot. Done a lot of content the last few days. That's about it. Oh boy. It's up to Rodgers now. It's up to Rodgers. That's going to do it for us, unless I just got a notification. Nope, it's not anything like that. All right. That is going to do it for this live stream, day 4. I will be back tomorrow if news doesn't break for day 5. Farewell. Good luck. I bid you adieu. Thank you.